Break, any station, come in.
Yung breaker po, go ahead. 11, call sign, sir.
Thank you, sir. This is 4H1 EMQ po. This is EMQ from Amadeo Station, over.
Roger that, acknowledge. This is Alpha Lima, Cavite Station on the mobile.
Thank you, sir. Sir, can you give me update lang sa location mo, weather and working condition mo?
Roger that, acknowledge. So now, ako po ay on mobile, stationary mobile here in Cavite City Public Market. And then, sa ngayon, sobrang init po ng ating weather condition ngayon dito. Napakataas ng humidity level. And working condition ko po is Motorola GM300 with power output of 45 watts. And then, super gainer antenna, over.
Ayun, magandang Saturday afternoon po muli mga ka-Try Nation. Ito na naman po ang inyong likod, si BB1 ng Try to Contact. Kamusta na po ba ang inyong mga buhay-buhay dyan sa inyong mga 2-0 o sa inyong mga location? Ayan, dito po sa ating location ngayon ay medyo maliwanag naman dahil sa sumikat ang araw. And then, yun po, ang as much as low po dito ngayon ay 20 degrees Celsius. Ayan, medyo malamig po dito sa ating kinalalagyan ngayon dito sa Silang, Cavite. And then, medyo mainit din po as high as 26. Ayan, so malamig pa rin, ano? At lalo na dito sa Pilipinas, alam niyo naman ang weather sa Pilipinas, dalawa lang. It is hot and hottest. Ayan. Anyway, yun po, ano? Tapos ang humidity level po ay as low as 62% and as high as 99%. Ayan, kaya naman sabi nga nila kapag ganitong mga panahon ay flu season dahilan sa medyo basang-basa po yung hangin, kaya marami po ang sinisipon. Kaya kung hindi niyo po natatanong, medyo sinisipon na yata ako, pero hindi. Baka mamaya pag may sipon ka, paano ka kaagad palahoma ka kaagad ano? Anyway, yan po ang ating weather condition dito sa ating 2-0 at maya-maya lang pong konti ay pag-uusapan na po natin yung ating segment for today. Ayan. So hinihintay lang po natin si Sir ZQZ. Ayan. Ano, at mamaya po pakita po natin yung paano ba yung sinetup dito po sa atin, ano bang cable yung ginamit. Yung tinatawag na Helix, yung ba yung tawag doon? Ayan. So mamaya po ay papakita po natin yung video na yan at matutunghayan nyo po dyan kung paano ba binabalatan yung Helix. Ano? Ayan. And then may konting mga joke tayo mamaya na mga video. Mapapanood po natin yan. Sana lang gumana yung audio. Ano? Ayan. And then ano pa ba? Yon. Si Sir ZQC po mamaya, ang pag-usapan naman ay different kind of antennas. So itutuloy niya lang po yung ating nasimulan niyang segment ng mga nakakaraang mga episodes. 3 episodes ago. Tama po ba? Yan. No. Yan. So, mga madlang people, mga ka-Try Nation, comment lang po kayo. Yung mga papa-shoutout nyo po dyan. Yan. Comment lang po kayo sa ating FB page at ganoon din naman dito sa ating Facebook page, of course. Ayan. And then, ano pa ba? Ayan. Please like and share po, mga kababayan, mga ka-Try Nation. At tayo po ngayon ay malapit na sa ating road to 10K. Ayun. And then, yun nga, ano. So, bagaman wala pa po si Sir ZQC, ay syempre, anuhin muna natin, ano. Manood muna tayo ng konting video dito po. Ano. Sandali lang ko, Ayun, 27. Yan po, yan. So, panoorin po natin kung ano po yung paano po magbalat nung yan, Helix. Yan. So, makikita niyo po dyan, mayroon pong cutter si Sir Alpha Lima. Yan, kita niyo naman kung gaano kakapal, no? Yung Helix na yan, ano? Kita niyo naman, no? Talaga namang napakatigas. And then later on, makikita nyo po dyan na hindi lang siya basta shielded Talagang shield of the shielded siya. Yan, sa sobrang tigas, Ginamitan talaga ng heavy duty flyers. Yan. Pasensya na po kayo sa kamay ni Sir Alpha Lima. Hindi pa kasi naghugas ng kamay yan eh. Yan po. Yan. So nakita niyo po dyan, no? Yan. Yan po ang Hilyax na ginamit po natin dun sa ating pagse-setup dito sa ating 2.0. Yan. Kung mapapansin po ninyo, talagang solid na solid po yung wire na ginamit natin. Ano? So yan po yung wire na ginamit natin. Yun nga, paulit-ulit eh. Ano ba? Yan. Pasensya na po kayo. Wala tayong masyadong audio background. Nasira po yung ating mixer. Kaya yan, no? Yan. So, yan po yung Hilyax na ginamit natin. Kita nyo yung terminal niya ay magandang klase rin naman. No? Japan po yung ginamit ni Sir Alpha Lima. And then, ito po naman po yung isa. Stop screen lang po natin. Ito pa po yung isa. I-add po natin. Yan. So, kung nakita nyo po dun kanina, ano, yung dulon-dulo, ito naman po yung isa pa. Ayan. Yan. So, nung nabalatan, akala ko, yun na yung plastic na nandun. Hindi pala. Meron pa palang shield, yung shielded. Matindi. Lalo na yung core, ano, yung gitna. Yan. So, yun. Yan po, nakita po ninyo doon na nung binalatan ni Alpha Lima, yan, solid po kasi yung gitna niyan, ano? Ayan, so nakita po natin dyan na ang ganda nung wire na yan, ano? Na ginamit ni Sir Alpha Lima dito sa ating radio unit, ano? Yun. Ayan, so ganyan po silang mag-setup, ano? And then, nung nag-setup po sila, syempre yung dulo nun, kailangan mo siyang pagkatapos mo siyang lagyan ng connector, ito po yung gagawin dyan eh. Meron pa po ditong isa na video. Ayan. Yan naman po si ano na nga call sign itong si ang Bayaning Buhay. Ayan. Kalimutan ko yung call sign ni Bayaning Buhay. Mag-comment ka nga, Sir Bayaning Buhay. Ito yan, play po natin. Ano? Ang ginagamit po kasi nila yung kandila at tapos meron po silang shrinkable tube para ma-secure yung connector natin. Ayan. So, ayan. Ayan. Ginagawa niya pong tubig yung tulo ng ano. Yun. Ayan po, ayan. Kita nyo, ayan. Shrinkable tube po siya. And huwag nyo pong gayahin yung ginagawa namin kasi habang may sindi po yan, ang ginagawa po ni Alfa Romeo, hinihipan niya yan o ni Alpha Lima. Hinihipan po. Yun, kaya ang hirap-hirap tunawin yung shrinkable tube. Ayan. Anyway, yun po yung mga ginagawa po natin dito sa ating kapag wala tayong masyado magawa. Ayan, setup din pag may time, ano. Ayan, so kung may mga question po kayo, just ask ko, PM lang kayo, DM lang po kayo dito sa TryPH Media at itatry po natin niyang sagutin. Ayan. So yan po yung ilang mga bahagi ng ating pag-uusap po today at nandyan na po yung ating pinakahihintay at pinakakaabangang si Sir James W3ZQZ. Ayan. So alam niyo na po yung SOP natin. Kapata, nasa na yung tissue natin? Ayan, so hindi na po tissue ang dinala ko. Ayan, meron po ako dito ayan, absorbent. Ayan, so para ma-absorb lahat, ano? So without further ado, let's call on our very own Sir James W3ZQZ. Please come in. Hey, Sir James.
Well, good afternoon there, sir. How we
There you
do?
go, brother. We're doing fine. It's cold afternoon here. It's about 20 degrees Celsius here, you know. How about there?
Well, where I come from, I would call it very comfortable. It's
Yeah,
very
no, yeah, you know,
comfortable. Yes.
in our province, this is not cold. It's just, you know, fine.
Yeah. Just enjoy it while you can, because in a few short weeks, uh, we'll be sweating again here for sure. So,
Yes, like I
uh,
like I said, there's only two weather in the Philippines. In other countries there's four, but in the Philippines it's only hot and hottest. But
hot and hottest.
surprisingly, yeah, this early January is still doing fine. And we were surprised also in Manila. They have 20 degrees. Usually it was 25 or 27 this time of the year, or
Hmm.
40. It
Yeah.
depends on the months, but surprisingly, it's cold now. So, yeah. So, how are you, Sir James? What are
But
you
doing
busying with?
fine. Just trying to catch up on a couple various projects around the home. So I just needed that little bit of break. I still need to catch up, but I appreciated that little break into I guess, our new year now. So
Yeah.
for our first half here for the next few weeks, uh, we'll be discussing the various types of antennas, and primarily one of the primary antennas that are used by amateur radio operators or even commercial, of course, is the dipole. I'll be more focusing on the HF end of the dipole and the formulas that we typically use to come up with various lengths. And of course, what you come up in theory, you have plenty of dipole calculators on the net, but it's good to know formulas as well for that on how you again come up with the quarter wavelengths and half wavelength antennas when you're putting together your own dipole right there. And of course, when you put it up, uh, we want to we're discuss avoiding what we call rookie mistakes when you're putting up your antennas, like maybe cutting them a bit too short as well for any given frequency that you're planning on transmitting on. So over the next few weeks, we'll discuss single band and as well as multi-band antennas, dipoles, vertical, inverted V's as well, something called delta loops, quads. And so, although we're throwing a lot of terms at you, those will become more clear and apparent. And again, focus on the HF as well as VHF work. Specifically, there's antenna good for just HF antenna for local work within a few hundred kilometers versus antennas good for long distance, uh, several thousand kilometers as well. So we're going to, again, compare the two. And also, you can't get into antennas without getting into propagation and takeoff angles and how those waves hit the ionosphere, come back down. So we have quite a bit over the next couple weeks, and so get your notes ready. So
Okay, so is that about it, Sir James?
yeah, that's about it. I just want to discuss the overview.
Okay.
Usually I'm always have some charts and some diagrams, but
Yeah, yeah.
we're going to do that for next week and
Okay.
get in depth. And I promise a good presentation for you guys over the next
All right. And
few weeks.
yeah, yeah, I know you're busy, doing your experimentation for the HF. I was kind of intrigued, actually. Oh, I was intrigued because I wanted to set up the HF, but of course, before we do anything like that, we have to have the proper license and everything, you know,
Hmm.
so that we will
Right.
be in, how do you say this? Uh, naman, English na naman kasi, pasensya na po kayo, NTC approved. Yeah. So,
Correct.
soon we will discuss about having the license and everything for that, the HF, because I know there's a lot of amateurists that they have their amateur license, and then they have RLM, different kinds of licenses, and then I wanted to have HF, maybe a Class C, and then I think
Hmm.
Sir W3ZQ can help us to have review, of this Class C license here in the Philippines, because I think Sir James is a Class B, Class A,
Yes, Class B. Right now,
Class
working
B.
on Class A.
Yeah,
Overdue for Class A, but Class B for quite a few decades now. So,
yeah. So that's
and at
what.
the time that
Yeah, yeah. Go
oh,
ahead.
at the
Sorry.
time that I got the Class B, for me, and we're going back probably more than 3 decades, four, almost three. The Morse code requirement to go to Class A, we were looking at somewhere around 20, I think 22 words a minute at that time.
Hmm.
Dropped down
Yeah.
to 18, and I had everything I needed to do. As I was happy with the Class B at the time, which is the general class license equivalent in the United States. So the next level, a final level, would be the extra class, which gives you ultimate privileges on
Hmm.
all bands. It's not that much of a difference as far as band privileges, but I think the power over here in particular limits in a increase as well
Hmm.
for the Class B as you go up. So it's just a good if all around class to have. I think here in the Philippines you would have I think it's 5 words a minute for Class A.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
but all the other ones don't have the Morse code requirement, and that's been
Yeah.
completely dropped in the U.S. For now. So this has always been controversy on whether it should have been dropped and this and that. So that's another discussion. But yeah, we're going to touch on that too, definitely, for our uh, new segment as well for our first half of our year on the Class C requirements and I would say absolutely need to know. So, one thing I want to emphasize in when you're pursuing your license, um, go beyond just studying the questions. In this day and age, you can get the answers to any given
Hmm.
questions or a question pool per
Yeah.
se.
Yeah.
But as far as actually understanding
Hmm.
the questions, really want to go that extra um,
Miles.
length to really understand your material as opposed to just A, B, C, and D.
Yeah.
Because now when you're getting into HF, I will say it's a whole different ball game, and you're dealing with higher power in some aspects, and more potentially dangerous situations if you don't know what you're doing. Quite frankly, so we're getting to some of those areas as well.
Yes, we're looking forward for that, Sir James, and now we appreciate so much your insight, and we're looking forward for that episodes, maybe next week or next week or next month, so we will have a teaser for our Tri Nation with that, so you want to say shout out or thank you to someone else?
Uh, well, again, always we're happy for those behind the scenes. Sometimes we don't see them too much, but they help in putting things together here in the show. And of course, again, we appreciate your hard work and trying to maintain things. Try to contact um, episodes and content as well. And as is interestingly enough, I just wanted to mention for the shrink wrap that I saw earlier,
Yeah, yeah.
great stuff. right there.
Mhm.
And I've used that quite often for the sealing out as well as weather seal. And you reminded me of some of the stuff I might show as well that I use because uh, with Philippines has I would say has some of the harshest weather as far as electronics is concerned
Mhm. Yeah.
outside. So um, we have to use stuff here for really keeping out moisture and rain that normally you wouldn't have to use. And I'm sure some of us will share further techniques on that as well. But that's it. So again, it's a privilege to be on the program, and guys have tolerated my English well, I should hope. It's good to know.
Yeah,
It's
it's
good to
okay.
know. And that's it. And
All
thanks a
right.
lot,
So
Troy.
yeah. Thank you very much, Sir James W3ZQC, for that free view of the things that we're going to looking forward for. The antennas, the cables, and then the shrink wrap, and then also the antennas. So again, thank you so much, Sir James, to
Hmm.
W3ZQC. I will see
Thanks,
you
Joey.
again next week.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's about it po for Sir James W3ZQ. And again, thank you so much for your being here, for supporting our show, your support, your sacrifice. Thank you so much, W3ZQC. All right, so yan na po yung konting English natin, no? Back to our Tagalog station. Yan, so medyo naubos ng konti yung ano. Teka lang, pupunasan ko lang. Yan. Mm. Ayan. So, yan na naman po yung napakagandang mga insight po ni Sir W3ZQC. Ayan. So, abangan nyo po yung mga susunod nating episode tungkol doon sa ating mga antenna, ano? And then although natakil na po natin yung different kinds of cables, and napakita na rin po natin sa inyo kung ano-ano po yung nasa loob niya. Pero iba pa rin talaga yung ikaw yung mismo yung gumagawa. So yung pinakita po natin kanina, nakita po ninyo doon kung paano po balatan yung saging, hindi, yung wire. Ayan. Kung paano po balatan ni Sir Alpha Lima together with Alpha Romeo at si ano na nga yung call sign ni Bayaning Buhay. Ayan, at saka po si General Kaholo. Ayan, so si Gold Charlie. Yan po, thank you so much po sa inyong support dyan sa ating propagation ba yan? Yun nga, oo. Yun. And then, yung antennas ng HF, yan, interesado po tayo dyan. Kasi later on, kapag meron na po tayong mga licenses and everything, para mag-comply, ayun, yung word pa lang comply, yun yung kaninang hinahanap ko. Mag-comply po tayo sa NTC, sa ating government. Ayan, mahalaga po yan kasi yan po yung dapat na ginagawa po natin. Sumusunod po tayo sa lahat ng tagubili ng ating NTC o ng ating government para po ayan ay support so yan po so later on po itatakil po natin yan, and then yung class C, kaya hindi nyo po natatanong ang meron lang po tayo ngayon ay RLM so later on gusto ko rin po magkaroon ng amateur kahit na class B. Yan, kung marunong na po tayo mag Morse code ayan. So kung meron po kayong mga katanungan, pwede po kayong magpunta ng ntc.com.ph yata yun. Ayan, or i-google nyo po yung NTC, National Telecommunication Commission, and then malaman po ninyo doon yung mga dapat na gawin para magkaroon ng mga license. Or panoorin nyo po yung ating episode ni Sir EMQ nung i-feature po natin yun one time. I-throwback po tayo. Ayan. So gawa tayo ng throwback segment para makita natin doon doon sa mga bago nating manonood, para mapanood nila yung mga throwback natin o yung mga segment kamukha niyan, kung paano po mag-acquire ng license, at the same time how to take care yung tawag dito, yung ating mga radio. Ayan. So yun po So for the meantime, yan lang po muna mga kababayan, mga ka-Try Nation, ang ating segment, at dyan na lang po nagtatapos. At gusto lang po nating pasalamatan yung ating mga televiewers, yung mga nanonood na ayan, si Abraham Garcia at si Elena Cuevo. Ayan, and then sa YouTube channel, may isang nanonood po doon. Ayan, hello po sa inyong lahat. And comments po, nahiya po silang mag-comment. Wala po tayong comments for today. Ako na lang po yung magko-comment. Ayan. Yun nga, yun. So maraming salamat po muli kay BB10, ayan, kay EC16. Thank you very much po. Ganun din po naman kay Kapatang Elena. Dapat si Kapata, lagyan na natin ng call sign eh. Ano? Meron ng BB10, meron ng BB1. Siguro maganda kay Kapata, BB-IC, no? Yan. Papalagay po ninyo mga ka-Try Nation. BB-IC o BB-OY. Ayan. Pili na lang po kayo doon. Ayan. Siyempre, maraming salamat din po sa ating mga families dyan sa Nueva Ecija. Hello po kay Mother Dear. Sa ating mga utol. Ayan. Hello po sa inyo. Ganun din po naman dito po sa ating 2-0 kay Ma'am Annalyn Fritz, kay Ma'am Estelita. At ganun din naman po sa Bayaning Panahon family. Ayan. Hello po sa inyo. Ayan, shoutout din po dun sa ating mga kasama sa ating volunteering work. Hello po sa inyong lahat dyan sa emergency team. Ano? At ganun po nun, salamat po sa TryPH Media Administration, kay Sir ENI, kay Sir Jules, ano? Kay Sir EMQ, Sir Ralph, kay BM1, yan, kay Sir Rome, at ganoon din po naman kay Sir DJM, kay Direk. Ayan, hello po sa inyo and thank you very much. At ganoon din po sa bumubuo ng Try Nation na yan. At iniimbitahan ko po muli kayo na mag-subscribe and mag-like po sa ating TryPH media page. At abangan nyo po, marami na po tayong mga show na nakaabang. At i-check nyo lang po parati yung ating page. Ayan, i-click nyo lang po yung mga notification para kayo po ang first hand makakuha ng information tungkol po dun sa ating mga bagong shows. Ayan. And then, yun, salamat din po dun sa mga sumusuporta sa ating TryPH Media, no? Yung ating mga platinum partners po. Ayan, ang Ralph Consulting, nandyan po. Ang Tagaytay Guide, ang RJ Brom, ang ITI Calabarzon, ang JRM Consulting, ang Has Homeschool Service, yung ating pong gold partners, ang Happy Giving Trading Company, ang Bernard Supetran, Bon Happy Tea, ang paborito kong Pau de Oro, at ganoon din naman po ang ating silver partner, ang LMP Auto Care, ang SafeTake, ang Purple Whisk, ang RDY Marine Electronics, ang Life Extension Philippines. Ayan, kung kailangan nyo po ng vitamin D, especially ngayon pong pandemic, para malakas po yung ating immune system, vitamin D po ng Life Extension Philippines. Ayan. So DM lang po kayo. Ayan, hanapin nyo lang po yung si Jelly Fernandez at ganoon din naman po si Jack Flores. Ayan. And then syempre yung paborito ko, wala nang iba kundi ang Lahoma Funeral Homes. Ayan. So yan po, maraming salamat naman po muli sa inyong lahat. Yung mga hindi ko po napasalamatan, salamat na rin po sa inyo. Ayan, sa susunod pong mga linggo ay pag-usapan po natin muli yung ating mga radio, yan, try to contact. Ayan, siya nga po pala siguro gagawin po natin ay every other week yung ating featured ham. Ayun, kaya ngayon po wala. Next week po hopefully meron po tayong makuhang featured ham for today. Ayan. So, yun nga po. Ito na naman po ang inyong naggagandahang lalaki. Ayan. Hindi po ako yon, yung kapitbahay po namin. Ayan, so ito na naman po ang inyong lingkod, si BB1, over and out.
Break, any station come in.
Yung breaker po, go ahead. 11 call sign, sir.
Thank you, sir. This is 4H1 EMQ po. This is EMQ from Amadeo Station, over.
Roger that, acknowledge. This is Alpha Lima, Cavite Station on the mobile.
Thank you, sir. Sir, can you give me update lang sa location mo, weather, and working condition mo?
Roger that, acknowledge. So now, ako po ay on mobile, stationary mobile here in Cavite City Public Market. And then, sa ngayon, sobrang init po ng ating weather condition ngayon dito. Napakataas ng humidity level. And working condition ko po is Motorola. GM300 with power output of 45 watts, and then super gainer antenna. Over.